All new this morning at 11, a somber day for hundreds of St. Louis students, teachers, and their families. 1 year ago today, a gunman walked into Central Visual Performing Arts High School and started shooting. Classes are canceled at the school and one additional school to honor the victims. Student Alexandria Bell and teacher Jean Kuczka were shot and killed by the former student. Several others were wounded that day, some with bullet wounds, others injured while trying to escape. Raekwon Strickland was a senior when the shooting happened. In the days following the shooting, he stepped up for his class and organized several events.
It helped me to realize that you cannot take life for granted because so many people don't realize how life can truly flash before your eyes. It helps you appreciate people. It helps you appreciate the loved ones because you never know when your last is your last.
Though the shooter was killed by police, this is still not a closed case. The St. Louis Police Department says it has been an extensive investigation, but they are close to wrapping it up and will release all of the information once they are finished.
And this morning, we're also hearing more stories from survivors. Christine Byers from our sister station in KSDK in St. Louis sat down with the dean of students whose son was among those who were shot inside that school and explains how they're finding strength to move forward.
Manfred McGee says as soon as his son woke up from anesthesia, he began inspiring him with his strength.
He immediately got up and started walking. It showed me his will and his determination to rise from where he was.
It's been a year since that moment when 16-year-old Anthony, seen here, was rushed into an ambulance.
What happened seems like it happened yesterday.
He's a parent, he's the dean of students, and he's a survivor of the shooting himself. We first talked to him just 20 minutes after his son got out of surgery last year.
I stepped into the hallway to find out, a little bit more about what was going on. At that moment, the shooter was in the hallway and fired a shot at myself and another coworker.
McGee's son was shot at the same time as his favorite teacher, Jean Kuczka.
Sometimes Miss Kuczka would take Anthony with her on field trips at the school when it wasn't his field trip.
She did not survive. Neither did fellow student Alexandria Bell.
To be shot, to see one of his favorite teachers be shot, to help people get out of the room after it, to come look for me, he experienced some trauma on different levels.
So did his father. The shooter, Orlando Harris, was one of his former students.
As bad as I hate it happened, the reality is that all of the lives that were lost in this situation is horrible and horrific. I feel for his mother.
The building where McGee has worked for the past 13 years reopened in January. He and his son walked back in together.
But what I did say to him was, just try it and see what happens.
It was good for the both of them.
It allows us not to be fearful of what had transpired.
Still, father and son have their moments, like the time someone used a jackhammer outside the school.
That was a trigger for Anthony to hear unexpected loud pops.
Fire drills can trigger trauma, too.
Fire alarm was pulled that day.
Now, drills must be announced.
When you prepare the students for it, it allows them to adjust their mindset to know it's going to happen.
Since then, they found new ways to bond. And his son was an honored guest at Miss Kuczka's daughter's wedding this past weekend.
As long as he's okay, I'll be okay. I mean, I have my moments. But after every storm, sometimes you have to clean up after the storms. And you remember the storms, but you can't stay where you are. You got to push forward.
And he says, find the strength to get up, just like his son did.
Such inspiration out of such heartbreak. That was Christine Byers from our sister station, KSDK in St. Louis. Dr. McGee has been at the high school for 14 years and has been part of the St. Louis School District for nearly 30 years.